Good morning. Did you know that the wooden planking on an old ship needs to be watered on a regular basis in order to stop the wood itself shrinking and cracks to appear in the deck? And then obviously things fall down between the cracks, especially water, which isn't good on a boat. And of course that's what keeps the whole ship whole. So it got me wondering about the cracks we're having in our society, how we deal with social justice and how we perhaps stop people falling through the cracks in our society. I'm at the Blythe Toolship project today, just coming down to see how everybody's coping, and it's sort of with mixed feelings. I mean, there's our ship behind us. We should be out sailing at the moment, and we should have lots of volunteers down here, helping other people and helping themselves in the process. But it's not happening. It's quiet. I'm delighted to say that working with the Port of Blythe, we've been able to ensure that we are working with a primary organisation in terms of employment, and we've been supporting the port to keep open by training trainees in our workshops, and it's kept us going through a really difficult time. And here we are in the workshop, and better news here. We've got some of the trainees in working on their level 2 MVQs, and we've got some boat building going along. And our trainer, Clive, tells us how it works out.
Well, today I've been speaking to some of the ex-level 1s that we've had, and the ones I've rang up today, there was about 6 of them. They're all busy working now, they've all got jobs, and most of them have actually turned around and said if they hadn't been in the project and in the support that they were given through the project, like helping them with the CVs, both by myself and Gemma in the office, that's helping them move forward. So the project seems to be working.
Blythe Toolship was set up to combat the deprivation that was caused as the shipyards closed and the mines closed within the town. And we work with the volunteers to make that happen from the community outwards. So our trainees get a huge amount out of it, but the volunteers get a huge amount out of it too. They're all building and working for social improvement, for people to get on a different ladder, for the whole care of the community. Our main reading today is Acts 28, 13 to 20 and then 30 to the end. And it tells how Paul was arrested for standing up for God's kingdom, for addressing the injustices of his society, and ended up having to go into isolation with a guard. He had to pay for it himself, but he was basically isolated in his own house in Rome for a very long time while they were investigating him. During that time, he managed to have people come to him. He managed to preach and write letters and continue to evangelize and continue to imagine a world where God's kingdom reigned on earth as in heaven. And I wonder whether that's what we should be thinking about today. Can we imagine a world that is more like heaven? And what can we do to do something about it? Even if you are stuck in your own home. There are no easy decisions. Every decision has to balance self-preservation and the care of those at risk with actually how are we going to live in the future? How do we find our way into rebuilding our society? Who is going to suffer if we don't? I don't know the answers. All I can do is keep my little boat afloat for the people in this community in Blythe who rely on these opportunities to get into social mobility situations, to be together. And I pray that we will find a step to get our volunteers back into be with us again, and that those that are working with us as trainees will find work and have a good life going forward. But it's never going to be easy, and all of us are going to have to find our own solutions to working with that. So my prayer for today is that we will all find ways to be the water that tightens up the seams of our society as we come out of this pandemic and find so many people in socially unjust situations. Amen.